unfortunately, you know,
Yeah, sorry
I
about
guess
that.
I guess we may have to get as much done as we can and after the movie,
Yep.
which is,
Are
let me
we
check,
actually... Hey, YouTube Studio, you know what would be great? Is if you'd tell me if... Okay, click
which is
here. Where am I?
which is an hour 57 minutes long.
Who am I? Give me my live... Okay, we are live. Hour 57. It's an hour 56 on my screen. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehvies. Today we are watching You Only Live Twice.
Yes, we're watching a good James Bond movie this time, not
Not a drug trip.
yes, not that drug trip.
Yes, and as I noted in the description, the first of Sean Connery's many farewells to the role of James Bond. Today, we are sponsored by Dubby. Use code MEH for 10% off. Um, I don't really specifically know what else I'm supposed to say here. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get right to it.
Oh, Jesus
All right.
Christ.
What?
Okay. The video started playing in the background. Okay, so yeah, uh, we're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Now, for
So
some
is there
reason,
any
hmm?
so is there any interesting trivia to point out about this movie?
Well, aside from the fact that you can kind of make several puns out of it in relation to Sean Connery's waxing and waning relationship. Boy, you can tell this footage was getting old by this point. Uh, with the role of James Bond.
God, not again! Ah! Ah! Oh! Why does he always keep shooting me?
For some reason, the first
Ow!
edition DVD has about 30 seconds missing compared to whatever version you're watching.
The Blu-ray version.
Yeah.
Ow! Every time, Alex. Every time. It never gets any better. Or whenever he shoots me. Oh.
I also remember being one of a handful of people who used to, back when YOLO was a thing. Do you remember when YOLO was a thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I, I'd always reply to anybody who said YOLO online with "You only live twice," just to be
Just
a
to mess with them.
yeah.
So, so is this when James Bond goes to space and gets the Moonraker?
No, that happens in the Roger Moore era.
Why is the Roger Moore era so much weirder than Connery's?
That's a very good question. I believe it was the cocaine. It was the 70s and 80s after all.
You know, I find it funny how you're familiar with the lore of Metroid, right?
Yeah.
With how many missions Samus goes on for the Galactic Federation, you'd think she just every time it's them calling her, she just sigh in
No, it's a
exasperation.
giant space bullet. The Soviet Space
Oh god!
Suppository is
Oh
here to
god! It's
clean
the
out your filthy capitalist colons.
oh, oh god! It's the Excalibur spacecraft space station, Alex. Oh no! There's a meteor. It contains Doomsday. Ah! What the hell is going on?
I believe the giant space penis is eating the other spacecraft.
Uh, 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 Oh,
Apparently, huh,
wee!
hmm,
It's Houston, not Houston. What is
yeah, I was
General
about to ask,
Zod?
is General Zod directing this film? Terrence Stamp was British, after all.
That would explain a few things. I'd still prefer him over Michael Shannon.
I will find him!
I'd hardly call you General Zod. You're not
Given,
nearly as
given that we
sophisticated.
share a last name, I, I feel, I feel obligated to defend him.
Well, let's never forget what Zod's first name is.
I'm
Drew.
surprised that the internet has never picked up on the fact that his first name is Drew.
I think more people thought his first name was General.
Yeah.
I wonder what the first name of that guy called Colonel Wang is.
Possibly. Oh, hello. Hello, James, and your chest hair.
Oh wow, you are like a few seconds ahead of me. Oh god. Peking duck, but
I
it
give you very best duck and very best fuck.
I give you lots of sucky. Me love you long time.
What the fuck was that?
I think that's just a daily occurrence in China.
Or a daily occurrence in the life and times of James Bond, possibly?
No, it's in China. It happen it happens every it happens every few weeks.
I was about to say, where are the bullet holes? So,
Harry Saltzman and Robert R. Broccoli.
you still
What?
can't get over that name, can you?
No! Do they really need a song for every single one of these?
Yes. Now, the You Only Live Twice song, one is, this is the one done by Nancy Sinatra. Apparently, Frank was approached for it, but he turned it down.
Donald Pleasance.
Yep.
Before he went on to play his iconic role in Halloween.
Yep. And the original version of this song was recorded by Jolie Rogers. And then they changed a bunch of lyrics, all but 2 lines, and a bunch of aspects of the orchestra so that it would fit Nancy's range instead of Julie's. And the Jolie Rogers version is available on the 1992 Best of James Bond CD.
Neat.
The Lorraine Chandler version is apparently on several RCA Soul compilations, according to Wikipedia. Interesting.
According to Wikipedia, we don't exist. Dimsdale.
Wonder what the Writers Guild thought about that credit. That Roald Dahl? I forgot he wrote this film. For a man who didn't like film, Roald Dahl wrote a lot of films. Maybe that's why he didn't like film.
Because he had to write a lot of them.
Maybe he just... No, I'm thinking like maybe he probably just grew to dislike it over time. Because there's a bunch of, Because over time, I remember that he kind of stopped wanting his films to be, his books... he didn't want his books to be adapted to, film. Apparently he hated almost everything. Yeah, British naval commander murdered.
Oh no.
Yeah, James Bond is definitely dead this time. I'll get him definitely off my movie this time.
Funnily enough, of when in the '93 OVA of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
Boy, brings a whole
or
new meaning to the word stiff.
dropping Dio out of a helicopter was actually how they ended up dealing with his corpse at the end of the part 3 OVA. Did you know that, Alex?
No, I did not.
And by the way, did you know
Why
that
are
there was
they...
also
Why are they stealing his body?
I'm sure we'll find out. Anyways, I was saying, did you know that they also made a Phantom Blood movie?
I knew that they made a bunch of, direct-to-video JoJo films.
No, this was only released in theaters. It was never released anywhere else. It was that bad.
What? How do you... Fucking
The
Nuki
only
got released on Laserdisc.
the only people who know about the film or who know anything about the film were those who saw it in theaters. We only have footage from the trailers and some of the
Oh, he's not
storyboards.
really dead. Who could have possibly yeah.
Curious. Thank you very much. See, I faked my death from the regular Chinese massacre. Seriously, how does that happen every day and nobody says a fucking word about it? Well, it's quite simple. The Chinese government is kind of fucked up.
Why, hello, Miss Moneypenny.
I mean, seriously. Yeah, I had to have a bulletproof. I have to have bulletproof back muscles and everything. Thank you very much.
This is this is also the plot of the Steven Seagal film Half Past Dead.
Isn't this also partially the plot of when Batman was quote unquote dead?
Yes.
God. We could have had so much more out of Bad Blood, but no. And you want to know what the worst thing about the Killing Joke adaptation was?
The I mean, there are a few things wrong with that. You're gonna have to be more specific.
It made K-Wing want to go back and watch Bad Blood.
Oh.
And he's quite a famous Batman fan. Seriously, go check out his content. It's great. Americans, yet the subtitle says American. Yes, sure. I shall give them love from the UK.
You'll never know how it feels to be the one who's left behind. It's a golden honey trot I've got for you tonight.
Do not worry, I understand. Instant Japanese,
Yes,
just
but
add water.
well, yeah, but like James, you do realize there are like 50 different languages over in Asia, and all of them are completely fucking different. Some of the ones they use in Japan are completely fucking different. I should know, I've studied it. Still do. And not as often as I'd like these days. Probably oughta.
You launched me with the force of a torpedo, and yet I'm somehow still intact. How
That's
does
the
that make
power
any
of
fucking
James
sense?
Bond.
And you know, oh, who was most notably absent from the Phantom Blood movie? These
Who?
events? Speedwagon.
Huh. Well,
You know, one of the
yeah.
most
Oh,
important
yeah.
characters in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Interesting. I have no idea who any of these people are.
Robert E.O. Speedwagon
Okay.
is Jonathan was one of Jonathan Joestar's most loyal companions to the point where he even founded a whole company
Okay.
company called the Speedwagon Foundation, which helps the Joestar
Fun
bloodline.
fact, Sean
I
Connery was repeatedly accosted by many, many Japanese fans on the filming of this movie.
Was he?
Yeah, apparently James Bond is just really popular in Japan, somehow. Or maybe it was one of the musicals he was in before this.
You know that's surprising considering how
You look too
how
small to
how
be
most
sumo wrestler.
it's surprising how he was accosted in Japan, and just mostly due to the fact that a lot of that a lot of Japanese citizens are usually quite shy.
Yeah, I don't know what it might have been like the thing with like how there's
And
a
for the record, I'm not being insensitive. That actually is a part of Japanese
oh yeah. Well,
culture where,
they
or
also
it's
tend to be very quiet during
yeah,
live performances of things. And the Beatles got into the habit of barely even tuning up their instruments because the crowd was just so loud you couldn't even hear them. And then they came out to the Japanese crowd on their Japanese tour, and they were like, "Oh, they're completely silent. Hang on, we gotta go back and tune up our instruments so that this can actually be a good show."
who is talking?
Apparently, the police wound up getting involved because so many people were just like coming onto the set to ask Sean Connery for his autograph. And they just gathered around on the edges of the set to see filming too. Oh, it's very, very interesting. Because I thought stuff like that mostly just happened in America.
and if one...
They're speaking in code. Can you tell?
Yes.
Does she have any friends named Harry?
Considering the way that
Shine.
sumo wrestlers dress and move around, I am genuinely surprised that they are somehow able to contain any detail around the pelvis region. Oh god, the green screen is back, Alex.
I hear Japan has many lovely hotels, if you catch my drift. Some of them are even owned by a company he called Nintendo.
There's,
I wonder if that Nintendo company will ever amount to anything.
Part of Persona 3's plot involves you and the group going to fight two of the full moon shadows in a love-making hotel. So you and your group go in, and then after you defeat Hierophant and the lovers, ends up forcing you to have to go through a bunch of mirrors before you actually face it. Yes, the full moon shadows in Persona 3 are based off of the tarot cards, just like a lot of the other things in Persona 3 are. They have the Fool, the Magician, and the priest, the High Priestess, Empress, Emperor, Hierophant, and the Lovers, the Chariot, and oh my. Oh, the Justice that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah. Hierophant, the Lover's Chariot, Strength.
I believe
Strength.
that the original backstory of James Bond was that he'd, like, prior to the events of Casino Royale, he'd already traveled all the way across the world.
Oh yeah. I was mistaken. Strength is number 8. Then the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice is the Hangman, Death, Hangman, and they only have 12 out. Or they only have 12 out of the major arcana. They don't have the Fool is not among the full moon shadows.
You're basically just speaking nonsense to me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Even though the tarot decks are discussed in both Persona and JoJo, they're kind of a big deal.
I mean, I haven't played Persona either.
Oh, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, many people have. I need to get around to it.
Well, at least he's portable and...
Oh, wow. You do? Okay.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
And if we...
See, that's...
Oh, there's a reason... Spare!
See, there's a reason why Japanese houses
why are you wearing that mask? It's not coronavirus season yet.
Anyways, I was saying... And so... Oh, essentially, the reason why most Japanese houses are constructed by weaker materials, that's so nobody gets stuck underneath anything in the case of an earthquake.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how common it is.
No, I actually would not, considering it's an island nation built on a fault line.
Like California.
Yeah. These days, they put giant springs under the buildings in California.
Like that's gonna help.
Hey, you know, your chin didn't used to stick out from underneath that mask. Did that thing shrink? Ah, shut the fuck up. I don't even want to hear your stupid voice anymore. Not after what you said about Mildred. Swear to fucking God, after what you said, I should have left you there. Mr. Bond, you should have been quicker on the trigger.
He wanted to make a one-liner, though.
Nice takedown. Nice roll there. Why'd you do that? You could have... Oh, that's neat.
Oh, come on. Chudley was able to throw a whole couch at Vega. And here James Bond is just using it as a battering ram. What is this, Kill Bill?
Apparently.
No, wait. There's not nearly enough foot fetish shots.
Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond, there's a... Well, that works too, I guess.
You don't know how to use that, do
That
you?
didn't work. Don't you lie to me, movie. That didn't hit. That did not connect.
Alex, you remember that bit from Doctor Strange where Caecilius is trying to go at Strange when he has like this jar thing. He's like, ah. And then
Yes.
and he's like, you don't know how to use that, do you? And Strange be like, he has no idea how to respond to that. See, even in the later Marvel movies have actually decent humor.
Yes,
My
indeed.
God, I could get all sorts of drunk in here. It's time to get crunk.
Turn down for what?
This method hit this like the method of and then you know how most people all just like listen and for
The setting of the pins?
the setting of the pin ends with like a stethoscope.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually... Fun fact, I've done that. It's possible, but it's much harder than you think. And it pretty much became completely impossible after...
I'm guessing those guys must have taken tips from that one mook in Mystery of the Batwoman.
Yeah. Or those stormtroopers. Why didn't you grab your gun before you started unlocking the safe? That was less James Bond and more Indiana Jones. Several decades before Indiana Jones.
Qu'est-ce fuck? Wait a second, you're supposed to be speaking in Japanese.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Wow, your timing couldn't have been more convenient.
Da, 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 da.
said slow down, not break.
I was gonna say, that thing could not have locked if it bounced like that when it dropped. That is
No.
the gentlest I've ever seen a roll-up door drop like that.
And yeah, I've worked on quite a few shutters.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it should how it has to be. Oh, come on. That is such bullshit. Also, that green screen. You do realize I still have a gun. I could literally
I'd
cap
like it a
you in
lot
the
more
ash.
if you'd have let me put my penis in that Japanese woman up there.
I mean, I've gotten into a lot of women.
Why aren't you playing my sex tape from the last movie? Or the one before that?
Oh, I watched the sex tape many times. I. Oh god, I could see the skid marks. Good lord, man, change your patch. Okay, so Osato. So why are they in Japan when the Russians are, well, when the Russians have kidnapped a whole space station? So do you have the Mass Effect elevator music here? Of course we do, Mr. Bond. Let me guess. Some guy named Floyd Lawton is trying to kill you? Why, yes, Mr. Bond, of course. And so is another man by the name of Bullseye. He's oddly
Oh.
Irish.
Oh, tell me there's not somebody named Deathstroke after you, too.
Oh no. He's after the Prime Minister.
Alright. What about the other one?
What
The,
other?
the one named
Which other
after
one?
that, Clint Eastwood movie.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know the one. The red and black one.
Oh, him. Well,
Somehow I doubt that 16mm camera film would have that good of a resolution, or cheap 35mm from back in the 60s.
well, as you can see, well, Mr. Wade Wilson is he is apparently rocking the Guitar Hero DDR combination game in the local arcade. So he's not killing anybody. No, he's just wasting money in the arcades. That seems a bit ridiculous. Oh, I like where this is going. With all of these ladies.
Think I'm starting to get some yellow fever here, if you catch my drift. Mr. Bond, that's racist. Well, my penis is not racist. That's the only part of me that matters.
I swear, one of these days we're gonna definitely need to get to Trouble in Tokyo. And yes.
What the fuck does that mean, James?
Oh god, I can almost see it. Alex, I could almost see Sean Connery's, you know...
Sexyful. Well, she's going to be full of my sex soon.
Oh, come... You know, I almost saw his dick earlier. Wait a second. I remember you. I always remember the women I stick my penis in. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away... So are we going back here again?
Hmm.
Oh wait, we're investigating the building? That man has quite a few facial injuries. My word. You do realize that people can still hear us, right?
These walls are literally made of paper.
And scissors beats paper, you know?
It's a good thing I carry them everywhere I go. Non-safety scissors, too.
That way I could kill someone if I need be.
But don't worry about it. I can kill somebody with safety scissors, too, if I have to.
So somebody is watching me, and I have no privacy, therefore. Hello, my good man. My name is Mr. Penis.
I am sure cock, balls, shaft, and scrotum.
There was a bit in an Ocarina of
Is that
Time
the Batcopter?
I think so.
Huh.
Anyways, I was saying, so there was a bit in Ocarina of Time Bridge where in Ocarina of Time Bridge where Link is just riding around in Epona of hoping to get caught by the or trying and infiltrate the Gerudo hideout, but then he ends up getting caught as he goes, "Ladies, say hello to Mr. Penis." And then he gets arrested. Because apparently he forgot that at all. That's not how any how all men and greet women. In reality, that's how crazy people say, "Please arrest me." If you insist, I will stick my penis in you. It was very electrifying. Except for all of them. What,
I can she.
Joe? Oh, if you'll excuse me, I'm a. You know I could see that gun pointed at me, right? I could sure it. You're sure they willing to
Hey,
kill me?
this isn't Compton.
You know, Japan has a very, very strict gun law, and you know
Yes,
how
everybody
and you know
must have them. That's
no, no,
how it
no.
goes, right?
As in, it's nigh impossible to get guns in
I know that
Japan.
that was the joke.
Even the Yakuza have a hard time getting guns. Hence
The
why they just
Yakuza,
resort to using swords.
yeah, the Yakuza games are
As
they,
batshit insane as they are.
yeah, like the Yakuza games have a lot of guns in some of them, but then you have there's there's always a handful of games set in Japan and where they have a shitload of guns in them. And Yakuza Dead Souls was one of the that was a cut there. You can't lie to me. Yeah.
Lying is part of my profession, my good sir.
Oh god, we're being attacked by shitty green screen.
And a
An
helicopter shaped
electromagnet.
and a helicopter that at it is one third the size of my penis.
You're you're using an electromagnet from a rescue helicopter to take away. Okay then.
I mean, that is how Captain Clown. I mean, Captain Clown ended up biting it after Batman threw him in a trash compactor, and then Joker tried using a magnet on him. You have no idea who Captain Clown is, do you?
I have a vague idea.
He's a robot clown. This is the greatest water ride ever. Oh goodness. Anyway, Alex, look in broadcast chat. That's Captain
Okay.
Clown. He's literally just a one-time minion the Joker made. He appeared in episode 4 of the animated series that took place in April Fool's Day. Speaking of, we gotta do that episode at some point.
All right.
Extreme forklifting action. I think we should go now. Oh. You do realize I have the greatest advantage of all. An actual firearm. Oh crap, these guys have firearms too. Oh my. Hey, it's some random Japanese woman. Ah, God. We want your autograph. We want your autograph, Mr. Connery. Owie. You want to know what was a funny bit in Yu Yu Hakusho Bridge? It's
Oh god,
Alex.
they're coming out of the walls. What?
Yep. There was a bit where Kuwabara was fighting against a samurai named Musashi during Genkai's little tournament, and in the abridgment, and they made him for some reason a Frenchman. And Kuwabara's remark is, "Damn European samurai! Why can't you speak English like the rest of us Japanese students?" Which I'm like, I think I found a few things wrong with that sentence. Alex?
Huh?
He got knocked out like a bitch.
You know my number one son.
Ningpo. I think there's a woman named Aquafina who'd like to name one of the turds after that. It's quite simple, really. I used to be in the Navy. Yes, you can sail the seven seas in the Navy. Yes, you can put your mind at ease.
Are you planning to turn me Japanese? Because I think I'm already turning Japanese. I really think so.
Are you going to use it to take off my clothes? Because if so, I'll have you know, I'm not into the kinky shit. This, I'm more than into. I'm a super secret spy. Sh- Oh, come on. Please. Then kill him. Good lord, man.
She's going to need that afterwards. Oh, no, she won't.
Oh, you've got to be
I'm
kidding.
sorry. I'm sorry. You really think this piece of bullshit wood is going to stop me?
Oh god, it's actually stopping me.
Oh, God. How?
I may.
How exactly did this fuck up? Did I forget to take my steroids this morning?
Now, where is that bitch?
Oh, another happy landing. Jesus fucking Christ.
You know, last I checked, even
Well,
the
any
star.
landing you walk away from.
I swear, or the last time I swear, even the starship that Obi-Wan on an Anakin landed in Revenge of the Sith didn't explode. A woman who tries to kill me, I tend to stay away from, with one exception being Pushy Galore. Who? No one you need to know about. But but we hear you have spread your seed far and wide. What?
Very, very interesting filmmaking technique here, I suppose.
No, I will insist on using this one. I'm always careful. Before, during, and after sex. Otherwise, I love to live dangerously. Uh, No. Sorry, I'm just trying to get Luna away from on the cable. My dog is a strange one. As this, look at all that green screen whenever we focus in on Bond. You know what you know who provided the sound effects, Alex?
Who?
Freakazoid.
Freakazoid. Freakazoid.
Freakazoid in the background's going. I appreciate the sound effects, Freakazoid. Oh, no problem, Mr. Bond. And I'll be here all week. Okay then. Alex. Alex.
Yeah?
Who would win in a fight, James Bond or Black Dynamite?
Oh, obviously James Bond, because he has the bigger penis.
But Black Dynamite, I could literally a
All
pelvic
James...
thrust
Yes, but
swim it.
James Bond, all he has to do is helicopter and he can fly.
Yeah, but it's likely that if Black Dynamite, imagine the clouds forming a woman with her legs spread open and ready for her sex.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
The air flamethrower, what the fuck?
Indeed. I don't know how this craft is even remotely practical for airborne combat. Well, crap. I guess when I'm done with you guys, I'm gonna have to walk home. What?
Come fly with me, let's fly, we'll fly away. If you could use some exotic booze. That's where I forget the rest of the lyrics.
This music seems way more dynamic than and
Then the
and the scene.
on-screen fight scene.
Yeah, than the screen it is
Eh.
suggesting it is. Okay. You know, Alex, I get the feeling you might end up wanting to use Captain Cloud for something. I just, I can just tell. So they're gonna get captured by the giant in space ace penis.
What do you call a penis that can eat things?
Baraka's penis. What? Uh, uh, uh. Nom 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 nom. You know, if Superman were here, he would just tear that thing in half.
Yeah.
How does that thing do that without breaking apart the ship?
Good question.
Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alex,
What?
I don't mean to disturb you, but there's another space invader near me.
Okay.
She's more gold in fur color. She's a golden retriever.
Hmm.
Anywho, did you even see this movie at any point?
I I remember the spaceship eating the other spaceship.
But you don't remember why that happened?
No, I didn't.
So are we gonna find it? Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Meanwhile, General Grievous slaps the person who made that automated voice. Turning Japanese, I turn Japanese. You know, CinemaSins once made a very cringe sponsor ad for Crunchyroll.
I can imagine.
And yet they criticize Avengers Age of Ultron for having Adidas sneakers.
Okay.
You know what that sounds like?
What'd you say?
You know what that sounds like?
What?
If you blatant hypocrisy.
Ah.
Fuck Japan. Thor then just rides a nuclear missile about to head over to Japan and then just nukes it. You'd get that if you ever played any of the actual SMT games where
See, I was
Thor
picturing
is
the
literally
Marvel Thor.
no, no, no.
Kind of like the guy at the end of Doctor Strangelove. Um, Way back when, the movie channel used to run James Bond films in marathon sessions, and they did things where they'd like air some of them specifically, and then they'd air some of them in like big chunks. They aired a big chunk of the Roger Moore films all at once. But Casino Royale, the spoof version, was played several times, I seem to recall.
Anyway, Alex,
What have you
check
sent me?
out check out
What the
broadcast
fuck is
chat.
this?
That's Shin Megami Tensei Thor.
Surfing an American flag colored missile. Oh, hey, Blofeld.
That is yes, that is an
Why
actual
is the space penis wiggling?
someone stroking it. Very carefully are they stroking it?
Jump cut to hide the fact that we had to bolt that on rather than using a
This is bullshit
gravity
because
thing.
the crane game never actually gets anything.
Yeah.
How are
There
they
were a
in a
few
space
of those
shuttle that
around.
small? Who reacted to that? Fran, and of course, Fran getting the joke laughs. Is that Dr. Claw?
It's close. It's not Dr. Claw. One of the guys who inspired Dr. Claw.
You want to know what Arcana a Thor or is a part of in SMT?
Is it the Dr. Claw one?
No, it's the Chariot.
Okay.
Oh my. They prefer dead meat rather than. Actually, Piranha prefer dead meat than live meat. Rather cold meat, I should say. Hence why they tend to avoid people. You get what I mean, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Like when piranhas taste a warm bit of flesh, they're like, "Ooh, we don't like this. We're leaving."
Hmm.
My pussy needs to be stroked a bit more.
And every other 00 agent in the world, and like half the British military. And
Have you?
and the Brazilian Navy and the Bolivian Army and France and Denmark and a bootleg version produced by East Germany. The entire Royal Air Force, every MI6 operative. And the Madagascar police, and the Latvian police, and the Latvian National Guard, and the Hungarian National
You
Army.
know there.
Yeah, this
There's
is,
another character I recognize by the name of Number One, but he's a 10-year-old boy.
and the Kentucky State Police.
who is apparently
Yeah.
an
There's
operative.
only one man who uses a Walther PPK in the world. It's not one of the most common handguns on the planet. No. No. I'm sorry, I had to look that up. Because I was like,
Yeah.
surely.
They will be nuking each other.
But they are clearly dressed in the garb of the samurai. Shh, don't question it, my friend. Don't question it. They're basically the same thing. Don't tell the samurai that. They don't like knowing that.
I could have sworn ninjas weren't supposed to be well known, and killing would be a last resort.
Well, ninjas and samurai aren't supposed to get along well either, but they literally get the same training. Except for the
Well, I
advanced
mean,
courses. The advanced courses is a fucking insane. Seriously, like, actual ninjutsu is... Hey, that's racist.
you want to know something else about ninjas, Alex?
Yeah?
They adjust to the times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
As in, if they have to use it, as in response to the changing of times, they will use guns
Yes. As did the samurai.
and the foot ninja.
Surrounded
Uh,
and
Here's the
outnumbered.
sad thing. Here's the
60
sad
to
thing. The foot
1,
ninja actually are a bit more accurate to how ninjas are than in most media with ninjas, because as if they have the technology available, they're going to use it.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Where's the guy that was trained to purposely suck?
Yeah. Why are some of the bullets upside down and the others not? Never seen a bullet box do that.
How did you feel about the level of detail that Helsing went into with some of the guns and that?
It was very interesting to look at. But yeah, the like actual ninjutsu courses are fucking in. There's that rocket cigarette we saw.
In Death Battle.
Yeah, which will be airing 2 weeks from now. Yeah,
Yeah,
2 weeks
2 weeks.
from now.
That sounds a bit stupid.
Facial like a pig, you say. Well, lucky for you, I'm a furry. Turning Japanese,
So
I
we
think
will.
I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. You remember... Okay, so you haven't seen Mission Impossible, have you?
No.
Okay, well, there is a sequence in that where they take off Rollin Hand's makeup. Gonbanwa.
I am very stiff British Japanese man, and I will.
I'm sorry, but my penis does not turn into a tentacle. It's long enough to be one, but, you know.
Okay, I gotta tell you
we
something.
have certain physiological limitations, British.
I have to tell you something funny, Alex. So I think I mentioned this before, but you know how There was a scene in Trouble in Tokyo where Beast Boy was lured into a karaoke bar and he ended up singing the Japanese version of the
Of
Teen Titans theme song, but
yeah,
in the translated English lyrics.
yeah.
At some point during the instrumental bit, Gar turns into an octopus, which excites a lot of the girls there.
Huh. Alrighty then.
I think, and later on, they just are wanting to kiss him all over, and I'm like, Gar, I don't think you should have
Getting a chick
demonstrated your
past
ability
the
to turn.
radar.
Yep.
They see. I was gonna reference the Mission Possible thing. There's a scene where they take off Rollin Hand's makeup in front of somebody and make it look like plastic surgery. This is basically the opposite of that. This is them filming the makeup process so that they as part of the disguise. So they've made Sean Connery. Sean Connery totally passes for Japanese guys.
He's dead.
That's definitely a real thing that people do in the middle of the night. Like, they definitely lick their lips as an autonomic response to wetness. I definitely never wake up with dry lips. You could still save her. But unfortunately, then you'd have to pay child support. Yes, I definitely don't look like Sean Connery with a short, strange bowl cut.
You would think they would minimize, the yelling.
It's called Ki. It's all about
Yeah, I know, but they're ninjas.
yeah. It
You're not supposed to make
yes, true.
noise.
You didn't even stab him. That went past. Oh my god. You take off his mask, he is white man underneath.
If Wolverine were presented with the same scenario of of someone he cared about, of his future wife getting poisoned like that, he'd be able to sniff that out and stop it immediately.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Something don't smell right.
and he just grabs the rope and then just drags the guy down.
Yummy, yummy poison. Eat it up.
The nose knows. Bub. Let me guess, she's the one. Uh, Let me guess, she's the one.
Face like a pig, you said. Well, I'm sorry, do you know any more pigs who look like her?
Oh yes, plenty. Hey,
Why?
see our pig farm?
Oh dear God, that's disgusting. I
Ex-
that's
ex-
that is very strange. I'm sorry I asked. How did they come to look like that?
Genetic mutation.
Look, I know that mutation is the key to our evolution and all that shit. I watched X-Men, but how does this happen? This doesn't make I don't care. I stop answering my questions. I'm gonna stop asking questions. You're gonna stop answering.
And you see Tanaka's just smiling at James because he's
And
very
I
enthused
would
about the
do
answer.
anything for love, but I won't do that.
By the way, by the way, by the way, I love your the thumb. By the way, I see the thumbnail and I love
Yeah,
it.
I knew I had to go with something like that. That is an old meme. I need to
Somebody,
check. I need to check where I got that from because I might have been the one who created that. Because I remember making something like that back in the day and uploading it.
I don't know if we know where they are. Why don't we just us kill them all right now and be done with it? I am going to pretend what that I understand what you just said.
And we will pretend that you, really passes Japanese. How dare you? I'm transracial. Ah, so you're an orphan.
My business is with my penis in your vagina. Games. You mean like Mario Party? Well, shit. She died of cancer. Well, that's Jock. You see, I can pretend and to row a boat.
That's Sean Connery's wife doing the swimming as the double.
Are you okay? Why does he suddenly not have his Japanese wig?
Probably because... It's probably because he has that hat on.
Not only that, but also looks like he doesn't even have any of that makeup on.
Honestly, the makeup really didn't change his face all that much.
Oh look, he doesn't have the wig at all.
Well, that's because that hairpiece wasn't waterproof, but the one he usually wears is.
Yes. Well, now that my clothes are wet, I'm going. Could you do me a charlotte and take them off for me? Why is it that any time? In that? Well, just imagine the helicopter just ends up crashing instead of, a landing on something. They're like, oh, snap, we were supposed to open that? Damn it. Uh, Oh, great. She's gonna be in her underwear for the rest of the movie, isn't she?
Probably.
Oh, come on.
How have you just now figured this out?
No, I'm just making that assumption, not only based on past experiences, but also based on the fact that she didn't seem to have any other clothes with her. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. Boy, did I time that at right, Alex. Maybe a few seconds apart, but But at the very least, I know how to time this. Didn't even need the subtitles. So we're gonna sit here, wait for somebody to get kidnapped. Then we're gonna get in there.
Shit here?
And
Dear God, what is wrong with you, Mr. Bond? No, not
what you?
shit. I said shit.
It's made out of metal. A substance that Robotnik really should be taking advantage of. But for some reason, Eggman refuses to take advantage of the metal that is regularly available on Mobius.
Oh, no metal letter.
How do you feel about Sonic having a thirst for blood, or a thirst for violence that can only be quenched with the blood of the Eggman?
I think I answered that question in the other video we did about that.
You were laughing too hard to really give an answer.
It's fucking great.
Oh, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go shoot everyone. Like the ninja I clearly am.
They definitely won't recognize me with this mask over my face. This mask that covers nothing at all.
What?
And thus, Filthy Frank got his first inspiration for Pink Guy.
You think that's all I got, little bitch? I'll summon the Speed Lord. Oh, yeah! Suddenly, James Bond transforms into Speed Lord. You know, the Ninja Turtles tried doing something like this when they got into the TCRI building. Didn't go as well as they planned it.
Spider-Bond, does whatever a Spider-Bond.
Does.
Those lyrics don't make any sense. Welcome to the Black Mesa Transit Facility with open bar.
With open bar. How did I know you were going to say that?
We're too much alike. We know each other too well.
Ah. Jupiter ascending. Please
I have a
kidnap.
spare
Please
copy
kid-
of that. I have a spare copy of that film if you want it.
No. I don't want that piece of shit in my home. Is someone hiding in there? I hope there isn't anyone there.
Boy, I can't believe that fucking worked.
100 minutes.
Well, that's almost 2 hours. Hour and 40.
That's...
Hey, don't tell me. I know what you European types mean by blow the lock. Oh, you were actually gonna blow it up. Looks like the American astronauts were better trained in Japanese martial arts than these guys were.
And they were supposed to be turning Japanese. Japanese. Is she going to be chased by that helicopter?
She should be, in the SpongeBob movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she should be swimming as fast as Hasselhoff
David
was.
Hasselhoff. Where at some point he just turned into a motorboat.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's Spotlight Swim from Mario Party 3. Only with guns. That somehow have worse aim than a stormtrooper.
I can bounce a bullet off this ass.
Damn it, she's right. We'll need to aim higher. Because unlike Wonder Woman, she can actually block something with her butt. Someone actually made a comment where, since Wonder Woman is basically as durable as Superman in some regards, Superman's be like, hey, why don't you just, let the bullets bounce off of you? And as the bullets bounce off of her, her boobs just kind of jiggle.
Yeah.
Yep, they definitely won't recognize me when I'm dressed like this. They won't think to look inside the helmet.
Man waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks she'd blow our minds. Starfinger.
Starfinger.
I ran out of star puns.
You do realize Starfinger is a move in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
What the fuck?
It's a move that our Platinum uses when he's restrained. He stretches out his middle and index finger, or to the point where it could straight up impale somebody.
Okay.
Let me put up a GIF of that in broadcast chat. Look in broadcast chat, you'll see it. That's Starfinger.
Huh.
It can only stretch 1 to 2 meters.
Interesting.
People think this technique is more useful than it actually is. Hello, Catchman.
Catchman do? No, Catman don't. I am Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
Ah.
Apparently the scar was a very difficult and painful process to have applied. And Donald Pleasance went through a couple of ideas for what physical abnormality that he wanted Blofeld to have. And he eventually settled
So,
on the scar because it was a little bit easier, but it was also difficult as well.
so you're gonna, so you're going to strip me naked. Look, uh,
If you're looking to steal my mojo, what the fuck do you think I am?
perhaps maybe gay.
If I say no homo, would that help?
Uh,
Look,
your
besides,
men are
I
frisk.
besides,
Your men are your men are trying to frisk me.
we used to bathe together when we were children. I know what everything looks like. Dear God, it was long back then too.
Wow, 2 hours have gone by quite quickly. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yes, let's slowly move the vessel into position. Why does that guy sound dubbed over?
Probably because about half the cast was in this. Well, I should clarify, dubbed over by other actors than themselves.
I'm sorry. I seem to be I seem to be getting attacked by my space invader. God. Oh. 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 Sorry, Alex.
The exploder button. Yeah, yes, this is a very, very technical readout here. So yeah, hello to Blofeld, one of the most influential villains in the history of film. Dr. Claw, him. Dr. Evil, him. A lot of villains having giant scars on their faces, him. Anakin Skywalker probably wouldn't have had a scar over his eye if it hadn't been for Blofeld.
Yep. mean, we've seen Trevor Belmont with a scar over his eye.
Yeah.
Oh, oh no, not again. I can clearly see how aggressive my pit bull is with the fact that she keeps licking me. Oh, this if they were traded the Naruto ways, they would be. It, oh dear. Okay. Are you kidding me with this? Like, seriously, are you bullshitting me right now?
We're being attacked by sky ninjas!
Well, well, I mean, in we, well, I mean, we can't make you impregnate. We can't impregnate you.
No,
That's not.
this is not fanfiction.net, or archive of our own.
Nor is it the current DC Comics.
Ugh. Please do not remind me of the Joker's butt baby.
Seriously, why do a lot of that? The worst part is it really is mostly because of the suits. They do look like Filthy Frank.
It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch. Let's get some pussy tonight.
Seriously, where's Speed Lord among all of these guys? No, wait, he's already dead.
That guy is the Speed Lord.
No, Speed Lord's already dead. I just realized, Alex. Because Speed Lord dies as fast as he lived. You and I will have so much fun in here. We will proceed to play Chutes and Ladders. Ow, God, my hand.
And
It
that
hurts.
is why you don't wait to kill your prey.
You just do it. Well, this is certainly about as intense as the finale of Goldfinger.
Quite. Believe everybody here went to the Imperial Stormtrooper Academy because nobody's hitting shit. Oh, that guy hit shit. That grenade, by all rights, shouldn't have hit anybody.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So you're my final opponent. I didn't catch your name. But according to the Wokies,
Hans.
if you're... Well, Hans, according to the Wokies, if you are blonde and any skin color that isn't in and
Oh,
and not
ouch.
of any other
I'm
skin
trying to
color,
get my joke out here. Stop rubbing me against the fireplace.
as I was saying, and if you are a man and who is not unemasculated and
Oh,
is
hey,
straight but
Coca-Plata.
also white, according to the Wokies, you are in fact Hitler. And that is the end
Nice
of
drop
that.
there. I think James Bond might have created the action movie one-liner.
Of course he did. By the way, now let's go get some coffee. Yes, again! I'm still alive! Yo, you want to know what the worst part is?
What?
Michael Bay would totally film a scene where women in bikini are just running away from an explosion,
Huh.
and slow-mo shots on their various is beautiful features.
Be ready. Forever in our way.
And when it's not slow-mo, it's shaky cam.
Here.
Alex, you heard
Yeah.
what I said, right?
Oh, I heard it.
When it's not slow-mo, shaky cam. When it's slow-mo, the camera is steady. How do you feel about that trade-off?
Sure. Sounds like him.
If it were Zack Snyder, or he would have cut out a lot of the time wasted and on that and focus on an actual plot.
And also
Or if he
fast
did,
motion.
yeah, and also keep the camera steady. Show. Oh, young lady.
That's sound effect of
Show, young
thunder.
lady. Can I ask you something? Yes, what is it? Have you ever fucked on a raft before? No, I can't say that I have. Oh, I like the idea already. Now, come here and let me peel off your panties. Oh, for fuck's sake. You can't even let us have some nookie.
Oh, he's certainly coming below something, all right.
Oh, it's not that fun anymore. Damn it. Why do you have to cock block me? He'll back in on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and he'll be played by a different actor.
Yep. So, what do you think?
Uh, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's I'd go a little bit lower. I think it's an 8 out of 10. There's some weird shit with the production, and I don't like. There's nothing specifically wrong with it. I'm just kind of like really in a
Nitpicky.
lot of places. Like there's a lot of goofy shit here. Toho Studios, for the services of Kikumato Okuda as technical advisor. Okay. Oh yeah. There's a character named Kissy in here. Through. Released th or you is this modern day text lingo?
I don't know.
Pretty sure that's not the grammatically correct use of that version of through. And
I
that's the end
swear
of the movie.
I swear
Well,
the credits go by very quickly on these movies.
well, it helps when you don't have 10 trillion people working on CGI. So, we will see you guys later. See you tomorrow with Power Rangers.
Yes, and see you on Monday for all of us wanting to tear each other or limb from limb.
Yes, and we're gonna change things up. We're gonna try and desperately attempt to make what has been called the most chaotic show on the internet a bit less chaotic, just so that we can all maintain a wee bit of sanity, we'll say. So we're going to
and
be
then
ditching the news topics until next week.
and then and next Saturday we'll finally be starting MCU Phase 2
Yep.
with Iron Man 3.
Oh, you don't want to watch Joker?
No, it's not a DCEU film.
Fair enough.
It's an Elseworld story.
Well, yep, DC Black Label is the technical term for it, I believe. Although that's a fan-made thing, I think. So who the fuck knows? Anyways,
Anyway.
we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Hey. So we're no longer live?
Yep, we're done.